Hi everyone, and welcome to the Virgo April 2022 mid-month love, health, and wealth reading. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot, a place for you to better connect with and illuminate your own personal spiritual importance, or more simply put, to better find where you fit. Hi everyone who is new and returning. To all of those who are returning, thank you so much for continuing to watch my content. I cannot express enough how much I appreciate it. And for those of you who are new, thank you so much for joining me. So this is a mid-month reminder reading to really keep some points in mind as you move through the second half of the month, to ground yourself with these messages, to kind of keep aware of your unique self, and how authentically you are connecting that with your external environment. And that's a lot easier to do when we are keeping ourself in mind at all times. So I'm going to take a look at the topics of love, health, and wealth in this reading. So Virgo, I'm going to first pull some cards around the energy of love. I will pull clarifiers for all the cards that are drawn here. I hope you are all enjoying the wrap up to Aries season and the start of the kind of the new year of the Zodiac. April has been a month of new beginnings, fresh energy, which can also be difficult. It can be fun, it can be exciting, but it can also be difficult in that it means that certain things have to end or wrap up. So I hope you're all kind of navigating that with grace and also enjoying it. Looking forward to the new. So we have two here. Two cards that came out. We have engagement. It says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And notice this card did come in upside down. I don't put reversals in the decks. I would say for some of you, I will read this energy both ways just because of that. Now it says calling in your soulmate. It says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. I'm going to pull one additional card here, and then I'll pull more clarifiers. So right off the bat, I'm getting for some of you that there is something here around with the engagement here. Two things. There could be something around an engagement that some of you are thinking about going to that kind of deeper place, or it could simply be where maybe you're thinking of ascending to a higher level of commitment, in that maybe you're talking about moving in together, or you're discussing maybe starting a business together. There's all kinds of ways that a love relationship, including even a business relationship, can go to the next level. But with calling in your soulmate, where it says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together, you know, when we think about our soulmate, this, you know, there's a lot of speaking to that. And I think more than anything, soulmates are people who are meant to really elevate our experience and help us through a period where we need to grow. And what I love is that it says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And why the visualization part stands out to me specifically is, you know, I myself have found that guided meditations or visualizations where we are getting ourselves to a point where we can feel into a future version of ourselves, or feel into a specific moment where we get to interact with what we think we want for ourselves. We get a chance to really be able to, when we connect on that emotional moment, we get to actually kind of almost like unlock the secret to life. We get to really start to call that in. And I really feel like not a lot exists in our experience until we feel something. I am a big proponent of really connecting to our emotions, because I do feel that our emotions directly connect us to the spiritual aspect of our experience. So what I would say here for you, Virgo, is there's a feeling of, like, let's say you are looking for a new romantic partnership, or you're looking to expand on your current romantic partnership. There's something to be said about really visualizing, taking the time for the second half of this month to really see that vision, that moment where you would just feel like, wow, everything has come together for me. That to see you almost interacting with that love of your life, or the perfect business endeavor where you get to be working with the person you love, or you get to be working with the best business associate where you love each other in that capacity. And to feel into a scenario where you get to kind of interact in that space. And when you get to that point, that's what's going to start the energy towards calling in that experience for yourself. Now we have something, we have an additional card here. It says, do something for someone. It says, give your attention to another. Number 41, which breaks down to a 5. And the 5 is a number of change. So there is something here to be said, Virgo, around the energy of taking action. But specifically taking action to commit to something more deeply, whether this is, again, committing more deeply to a relationship and making that decision to move in together, get engaged, or whatever the next step is in that process, to really give that attention to another to make that happen. That this could also be, and again, with the number 5 coming through, there's that number of change, and that the more that you do give to your attention to another, or give your attention to something else in your life that you want to bring the energy of love to, the more you're going to be able to feel into what you want. The more you're going to be able to call in this person or the scenario that's going to allow you to really change and elevate some aspect of your life through the energy of love. I'm going to pull some additional clarifiers here. Give this deck a quick shuffle. And for some of you, again, this can be a true engagement. Now, the fact that the engagement card did come out reversed. Ooh, I'm going to pull this card. There's a lot of other cards that came out here. I'm going to see if I can kind of whittle that down. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is an energy of definitely a fire sign individual here in your life. We have the Wheel of Fortune as well. But the Queen of Wands can, the Queen of Wands brings in the energy of Aries, which is interesting because we're wrapping up Aries season now. But it's understanding, it's actually almost kind of harnessing what I was saying with the visualization, to harness that and take that one step further into almost a place of true magic and understanding what you can create for yourself. She holds the wand of her passion, and she also holds a sunflower while she's sitting in the desert. And this denotes our ability that once we understand our own magic and how by taking action from a place of passion, we can literally manifest for ourselves what we want no matter where we are. That can be manifesting flowers in the driest of places. But there's something that hinges around the Wheel of Fortune here. That if you can lean into either embodying the Queen of Wands yourself, because I do get this a little bit, that there could almost be this element of embodying the energy of Aries, embodying the energy of creating something or moving towards something with somebody else, committing. Or this could be that you are dealing with this as the other person in your life, and that something hinges around them. So you could be dealing with an Aries, or you could be dealing with somebody who embodies this almost kind of like magic in their life. That there's somebody who really knows, they're kind of a fiery individual who knows how to create and how to take action from passion. And if you can kind of commit to that, to give your attention to this person, the Wheel of Fortune is going to turn to bring in either this person more fully into you, integrate this, or that something is going to take place the more that you commit to this this person or this energy. Interesting. All right, Virgo. So now I'm going to pull a card here for the realm of health. And disclaimer, I'm not a medical practitioner. So this is not about physical health. This is where we're taking a look at your spiritual health, where we're looking at if there are any blocks around you being able to be the best version of yourself. And also when we think about your spiritual importance and really living yourself, your individual spirit into life, that this is kind of taking a look at the energy you're sitting with, and if there's anything preventing you from doing that, anything preventing you from being the most authentic version of yourself, bringing your importance out. Now, I did write a blog around spiritual health on my website if you're interested in reading more about that. I define what spiritual health means to me and why it is an integral part of our holistic health view. We have our mental health and we have our physical health, but we often don't take a look at how healthy is our relationship to ourself, which is spiritual health. So and when I talk about self, it's a capital S. It's your unique singular self, that spirit that lies within you that makes you truly a unique individual. Oh, okay, so we have community, number 7. Interesting. So there's something here around, I think, connecting with others. This could be this reminds me a little bit of the 3 of Cups card in the tarot. But there also, I love the term community coming forward here. So there is something about really committing to something or someone, and you have the support of your community around you. So I'm gonna pull some clarifiers, but I kind of have this feeling, Virgo, that there's blocks around you keeping you from really, I think, maybe harnessing the support of your community or realizing what's beyond you, to lend you this additional support of the self that maybe you feel. Oh, this is interesting. I'm curious to see what's going to come out for you guys. 7 of Cups. Yeah, okay. Yep. 7 of Cups is, and the Emperor. And the Emperor makes an appearance. All right, another card of Aries. You got a lot of Aries energy in here, which is divine masculine energy. This is outwardly pushing to create something, but it's also about owning your magic. So with the 7 of Cups and the Emperor, I'm getting a little bit of this. So the 7 of Cups is a card where we are kind of almost lost in the illusion that there are so many options for ourselves for emotional fulfillment, and that those options lie outside of ourselves. And we can get lost in that illusion in a way where we forget that no, emotional fulfillment has to come from within first. That has to come from us knowing what fills our cup to begin with. What is unique within ourselves? What are our unique needs and wants that need to be fulfilled? And that can only be fulfilled from us taking action from a place of passion and not looking for something external to us to fill us or to fill our cup. And then we have the Emperor. And the Emperor really speaks to kind of taking the reins in your own life, that we are each the emperor to our own empire. But with community here, there is this sense with the 7 of Cups and the Emperor that, where there's a block around you really, I think, connecting to a community sense, is that you're a little, again, you're not coming from a place of understanding that you have the full cup. You don't need, it's not like this community might help you in this community or this person or that. This is a reminder that no, you hold the cup for yourself. You hold the magic for yourself. You hold the cup for yourself. And with the Emperor, this can actually be where either you are needing to be reminded that you're the emperor in your own life, and that is what I'm feeling here, is that you have to be reminded of that again, kind of putting up those boundaries for yourself. But it can also be where maybe you're seeing almost like you're creating an emperor for yourself, meaning that instead of just realizing what's in your cup and leaning into taking something a little to a slightly higher level, and really leaning into the dream that you have for yourself and understanding your own magic or the magic of somebody around you, that you are getting lost in the external and thinking and allowing that to almost be the emperor over your life, that this kind of constant not realization, but this constant belief of, well, maybe that group will help me, or this community can help me, or if I follow this or I do that, that maybe that will allow me to feel more healthy and fulfilled as an individual and have a healthier vision of myself. And it's almost like you're being told to pull back from that and realize you can be a part of a community. But it's almost like going into any healthy relationship. You yourself first need to know who you are, what you bring to the table, and how you can emotionally fulfill yourself first before trying to go out and celebrate with others, or to share with others, or to receive from others. And to really step up into that place of I'm the emperor in my own life. I know what's good for me, and then to healthily connect with that community, the external people around you, because there is something around that that you're being asked, that the health of yourself really does need to connect with others. But first, that self has to be not so outward searching. It needs to be more inwardly collected. Okay, I hope this is making sense. Virgo, your reading's a little less clear and concise as the previous readings I feel like I've done. I do feel like there's a little bit of this kind of like, almost like a lack of you not wanting to step up into your own magic. Now, this feeling for me, for your sign, has kind of been this way for a while. I do feel like this is a kind of a consistent theme. Oh, interesting. Another card reversed. Okay. Which is interesting. Again, I don't put reversals in my deck. So Treasure Island number 9. And number 9 is the wrap up of a cycle. It is where we get to the almost end before we hit 10 and start again. We get a chance to learn the lessons that we acquired going through that cycle and get ready to apply them towards the next cycle. So we're a little ahead of the curve. We don't have to learn these lessons again. But with it coming upside down in your wealth sector here, I'm getting the feeling very much so that there's something here that you are being asked to face a level of commitment that is going to require you to kind of reassess your own value and what you want and what you need. And you may feel at this point that you've lost something, that you've maybe, I think about how engagement came out upside down like this. For some of you, maybe there was a breakup, or there was an engagement that was called off, or it could be that you had committed yourself to something. You had taken something to a higher level of commitment and it didn't work. And now you're being asked to kind of step back into your own power to get the wheel of fortune turning. But in order for you to kind of connect this new vision of yourself outwards, you first have to go within and kind of break this almost a cycle of allowing somebody else to be the emperor in your life, allowing outside illusionary options to distract you from owning who you are and the magic that you want to create in this life. And right now, I think you might feel almost a little bit kind of like the crying over spilled milk, like everything beautiful in my life has not manifested the way that I want to. You don't feel like you have a treasure island. So I'm going to pull some additional clarifiers here for that. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the case. I get a feeling that's kind of how you're feeling. Ooh, 10 of Cups. Well, now that's a beautiful card to come out with Treasure Island reversed. And Strength. Okay, love that. All right. So this is what you're being told here with 10 of Cups and Strength. Hold true to your vision of your heaven on earth. That is what the 10 of Cups is. The 10 of Cups is feeling into what it would feel like to have your ultimate heart's desire live and manifested around you, and to have the strength to realize that that is for you, Virgo. What we want for ourselves, the 10 of Cups can also be called the happy family card. If that's what you want for yourself, have the strength to know that it's there for you. But you have to go for it on your own terms, and this time from a place of standing strong in your own magic. And that visualization is really coming through strongly here, of really understanding that maybe for like what you think when you think of this treasure island of like, ugh, I don't have anything. The treasures I thought I was going to have, I don't have, or I'm left with nothing as I'm going through this kind of self-realization here. That what I'm actually seeing here is it's almost like it's almost like you had to tip something over to realize the wealth you've been sitting on all along, which is very interesting. That's what I'm seeing here with this card. That it's almost like in letting something go and kind of moving through this kind of tumultuous time where you lost a little bit of your own magic, that it's actually allowed you to unlock a part of yourself that this is where the wealth lies. And the Ten of Cups and Strength is saying hold to that. Hold to that, because this is where the wealth and the abundance is going to come in, is in you continuing to work towards the Ten of Cups. And that Ten of Cups starts first with your cup, the cup that you fill emotionally, and then you get to actually pour that into the cups to create your Ten of Cups. You know, heaven on earth doesn't just magically appear around us one day. We have to create that for ourselves by taking action from a place of emotional connection. So that would look like knowing that the Ten of Cups for yourself is, you know, this would almost be like if for some of you, if you made a commitment to somebody, maybe a marriage or even a place of work, you know, you might have committed yourself to a place of work thinking like, you know, I want to have this great mentorship with that somebody else, or I'm starting a business and I committed, we took it to the higher level, and then I lost sight of my own magic because it didn't wind up going where I wanted to go. And this is saying, you know, don't give up on the Ten of Cups, don't give up on the dream, but this time around, don't hold yourself back from connecting with others. Step up more strongly into your knowledge of what you bring to the situation. So this would look like if your dream for yourself is literally a multi-part heaven on earth dream where you have the perfect family with the perfect partner, but you also have the perfect career, and you live in a home that you were able to build from the ground up, and it's in this geographic location, well, that is your heaven on earth. But now you have to realize that your cup has to fill that. So if you want to have a home in a specific geographic location, well, now you have to pour a little bit of your emotions into that location, meaning you have to take action now from that place. If you don't want to live in, you know, wherever, pick a place, Memphis, Tennessee, you want to live in Paris, France, well, then you're going to have to start to pour a little bit of what you want, knowing what you need and knowing that that's going to fulfill you. You have to start pouring that out into the cup of Paris, France, meaning you've got to start to lay the groundwork for that. Then if you know that part of that dream is to have a career that takes place in Paris, France, well, now it's starting to realize, okay, so it's not about all these external options to me about what can make me happy. It's that, no, I know I want to do this there. So now I'm going to start to, again, pour a little bit of my emotional vulnerability into the cup of maybe career training towards that specific industry, or taking the chance to commit a little more fully to something. You know, this can also be where we kind of go full cycle to where you're at a point to commit to a new relationship. You're at a point where you're calling in a new soulmate, and you are still kind of hung up on what didn't work before, instead of realizing that no, the treasure in the last cycle was all of the beautiful things you learned about yourself, what you're capable of, and what you actually want for yourself, getting a better vision of what you can do with this wealth. All right, Virgo, I'm going to leave you with that. I really think for the end of this month, there's going to be a readjustment of stepping up into realizing your own magic and reconnecting with yourself, and kind of wiping away all the illusions of all of the things maybe you started but didn't go anywhere, or all of the kind of chasing of these other outside things to make you feel better about yourself, and to stop letting that be the emperor in your life and reverse that. Come back into your own magic, know what fills your cup, and start to have the strength and the courage to pour from that cup with the knowledge that that cup is forever, eternally overfloweth between you and Spirit. That is the cup of unconditional love that never goes dry. So continue to love yourself, to love your dream, to love your vision, to allow the love of Spirit, God, the universe, to come through for you, and to have faith that every time you pour a part of your emotional being into another aspect of what you want, into another cup, a cup as part of that puzzle of achieving the 10 of Cups, that you will still continually have more to pull from. All right. If you would like to book your own personal reading, whether it's live, one-on-one, or a pre-recorded reading, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website to learn more. I am actually open now to have live one-on-one readings in my studio in Culpeper, Virginia, for anyone who is in this area. And next month, just as a heads up to those of you who have watched my previous readings, my May Illumination readings will also include an extended option, which will be available at an additional cost. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of the month of April here, and I look forward to seeing you in May for the expanded illumination reading and as we move into Taurus season. All right, Virgo, bye-bye.